It is May 1st, 2024. We're here on the rooftop of the property located at 8103 Jefferson Street in Lemon Grove, California, 91945. So we're right above the main hall bathroom, really the only bathroom permanently attached to this front house. We're going to go down this 3-inch vent. A lot of cobwebs in there. Let's see if we have to clean that off. We'll be able to get through there. Okay, here's the toilet dumping into the system right here on the bottom left of the screen. We flushed the toilet a few times and had water running through the sink and toilet while we were getting the kitchen drain cleaned up and operating. So we have a small camera in the line from the kitchen. It may be hanging in the pipe. We might pass it here. And in fact, here it is right there. So this right here, just past where the tub dumps in. This is where the kitchen dumps into the main sewer. So you can see our other camera head, a micro nano head right there, inside from the kitchen line from all the cleaning and stuff we had to do to get that operating. So we'll show that that is in good condition now. So we're just going to pass this camera. So it does appear that from the toilet, we're again running towards the backyard. So the sewer line should be in an easement that looks like we've got a little turn right here on the line, possibly. Got a little bit of debris in our camera lens that we caught on that turn. So we're going to pause the video for 1 second and flush some water down the toilet and bathroom tub to get this cleared off the lens. Okay, got some of that debris rinsed off our camera lens. So you can see we're now inside the original cast iron pipe. Camera lens has still got a little bit of debris on the lens there. It's a little cloudy. We're going to pause again for 1 second and wipe that down. Okay, so we're back inside the system here. Hopefully the lens will stay clear as we go through this cast iron again. So here's this turn on the system. And then there's like a little drop right here. And this is where we were picking up some debris, it looks like, when we were making that turn. Looks like it stayed relatively clear. Got a much better, clear view this time. So again, this is all the original cast iron, but right here it's all nice, good and open. We ran the bathtub for a while, so we know the drains are working. We have some ABS cleanouts at the backyard right before the one little small building in the back. And we have a camera in there, but it's newer plastic pipe going uphill back towards the house, so we don't know what that one was being used for, but we've obviously not connected into it. As you can see here, we're just in original cast iron headed to the back. Now there's a T-junction right there, so we assume right here this may be where there's another half bath or maybe a full bath that is on the side of the house. It's going to be locked off and not accessible, and it's not even for us today. That's probably where this one is dumping into. And now we'll continue down the line here. Little debris on the right-hand side of the pipe there. Looks like those could be some small roots growing in the system right there at that hub. So we're going to go ahead and try to see where we're at on the system here. Go ahead and leave our camera right here at those roots. They're pretty small, so no issue right now. But we're going to pause and locate, see where we're at in the property. Okay, so we're actually in the side yard of the house. So when you're standing in the front of the property, there's the large yard to the right side. This is the way the pipe is at least starting to go. We'll see if it's eventually going to make a left or right turn before it might dump into a city line, depending on which fence line it's going to have to get to that. But anyway, this cast iron pipe right here is those tiny roots you can see in the upper right hand side growing in. It's about 24 inches deep to the bottom of the pipe, growing in from what appears to be a hub. That's why they're getting in from an old leaded joint. So we've marked the path of this pipe with green spray paint, and a circle and an X and spray paint right where the roots are, but we also put a flag in the ground denoting the roots and this depth of the cast iron. So we'll now continue downstream and see if we find any other issues, and also see the path. Okay, we have a little bit more roots right here. So you can see one little stringy one, but a good sized little ball right there growing in also from this hub, hopefully a hub, the pipe right there. So just a few feet away, we've got these roots. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video and mark these out. Okay, these roots about the same depth of the pipe because the grass is actually sloping a little bit down as you go across the yard. And it's about 4 feet away from the first intrusion we saw. We've marked this with green paint and a flag as well. Now continue downstream. See some cobwebs there. Those are not roots. Those look like just cobwebs. Cast iron, other than the small intrusions, if they're hopefully on the hub, is overall still in good condition. Relatively round because we got a little bit of feces in the line from somebody flushing down through the line. But it's relatively round, not too much scale or buildup deposits so far. Okay, we've got a little bit of standing water here that's not draining out of the system. It's not too bad. Some cobwebs there. And this may be a property line clean out here where our horizontal pipe is going vertical, and this could be actually where the system might be making its downturn to dump into the city pipe eventually relatively quick. So from the vent pipe you can see we're right about 68 feet out. So this is a buried T-junction. We'll make this vertical turn, see if we can get through this. There we go, we're now facing down. Going quite deep. Oops, our camera just blacked out there. It looks like we got into a little bit of debris, a little bit of water on the end of the lens here as we kept pushing right when we lost our image. Okay, there we go. Right there's a turn on the line. So here's that vertical ending. Here's another sweep going across. We're going to have a hard time making this turn. We're going to have to probably run some water and see if we're able to get through this or not. So it looks like we must be going to the fence line that is neighboring to the city of Lemon Grove. They've got a public works facility. So that fence line must be where the sewer line is headed to, and then must be literally almost directly underneath the fence essentially. But we're going to go ahead and pause the video and get a bunch of water running, see if we can get further out through this turn to see if this is dumping into the city within the next few feet or inches. Okay, so we shut the water off. We're going to actually pull our camera back out. We did locate the property line clean out tee. It was brought to surface. So where we made excuse me, that transition from the horizontal to that vertical drop, the really long one, it is actually in the grass. It's actually missing the cover, but it's right there about 4 or 5 feet from the brick retaining wall. That again, the other side of that is the Public Works Department facility for Lemon Grove. And when we did locate where our camera's at, it appears we are on the other side of the wall, basically underneath it. So here is that clean out tee right here going vertically up, and we have access to that on the ground level. So we should be able to push farther out since we're already 67 feet just to get to here, or 68 feet. So we're going to go ahead and pause and move down to ground level. Okay, so we're here in the side yard. You can kind of see straight ahead in the middle of the camera the two small green flags waving around on the grass right there. That is where the two root intrusions are. The line is a straight shot and then heads over to here, where again, here's the facility for Lemon Grove. Here's the retaining wall 4 feet in front of it. We have the property line clean out. We marked it with some extra paint around here. The cover's missing. So somebody did go ahead and put some ABS plastic to extend this up. So there's where the line we just came through. So now we're going right into the vertical. It looks like there's another drop right there on the side. So don't know if that's from the other portions of this house or from some other connection point on the system, from a neighbor even. I doubt it because they're too far away. But anyway, we are now going to go ahead and go down through here. Some of the grass clippings that have just come as we pushed our camera through. Okay, there we go. Camera's finally through the cast and into this larger pipe right here that you can see is smooth. This was relined, it appears. You can see the liner on there. So this is the bigger pipe. It's collecting everything from multiple properties. So everything is just headed out from here, so there's really no issue. We need to go any further past the 35 feet we've already gone into this pipe. This is a shared pipe or the larger pipe from the city, so it doesn't really matter beyond this point. So we're going to go ahead and use our cameras to go through the back cleanouts we have in the backyard area, because we're trying to determine if any of those can be used to dump the laundry, and otherwise the laundry is going to need to come back into this portion of the system, which may be somewhat feasible, because if you want to go ahead and fix the 2 root intrusions in the side yard, you could repair that section of pipe and put a T in at the same time and then trench across. It's a lot of trenching, but not super deep, to get back over to try to let the current laundry be corrected. Maybe not going to be fully to code with slope as it goes across the concrete area, but at least it would be good from this point into the grass and then out. So we're going to pause and move cameras. Okay, so we have a couple cameras here in the backyard now. So along the concrete step from the back of the house to the pool deck, that's where the black ABS out of code drain line is running and just dumping past the first post here onto the grass. So that needs to be converted to 2-inch pipe, PVC, which is much better at resisting the UV rays of the sunlight over time for a drain line if it's going to have to remain exposed. And then we were thinking we could go into these cleanouts you can see that we found here. So we've got this clean out here, which is a double sweep, not permitted in California to be placed like this. But anyway, we have that one, and then we have this other 3-inch here that's a little deeper, and we have our other push rod in here in camera. So we will show this one pulling back. This one here with our other push rod in right here, we can hear the echo of the water from the house water running through there. And when we push through this pipe actually runs uphill from here. So it's as if it would be coming from the house, coming back this way, because that's where the downhill slope is. Either that, it would have to be running off a sump pump system. But when we run this line, no water from the house goes into here, at least from the bathroom we have access to. And it seems like the other bathroom for the house too would have to be going to the side yard. But when we'll show this push rod, the camera, it's in the cast iron under the bathroom where it teed into. It's very strange. So here's this other clean out. We're going to see if this goes in either direction to connect to maybe this little weird bathroom that might be, or the plumbing that might be for this back building here. There we go. Try to get this camera through there. This is supposedly going to be abandoned, so we don't really need to worry about it, but we're just trying to see if we can get a camera through. So there's a T-junction right there you can see, and then a bunch of little debris, and it looks like we're going up. So that looks like that would be the beginning of the drain line or sewer if there's a toilet in there. We don't know. We don't have access. But it's going to be abandoned anyway, I guess. So now we're going to try to sweep the other direction away from this 2-way. And this is why you're not allowed to put 2-way cleanouts in California. You can't get a cable or a camera to go the right direction when it's buried below grade like this. So, trying to see if we can finagle this, try to see, because we're just trying to see if something can be utilized for the laundry. That's the whole purpose of trying to get through some of this, but right now we're having trouble getting the camera through, so we're going to pause until we can make this turn. Okay, so we use the string to force the camera to look the other direction of that clean out tee, and there's just a bunch of dirt and it looks like it's plugged off. It looks like we can see a black piece of ABS pipe or plug blocking the line right there. So you can see right there, and we pull up. So it looks like this goes nowhere. I have no idea how or what this piping is doing. So we're going to switch over to the other camera we have in the line just to show this. Okay, so this other camera again is pushed all the way across, and we're under the other house essentially at this T-junction here. This could be at the property line clean-out end where we saw that second T. So we're going to go ahead and put our camera right to this edge right here, and it appears that that's probably where this one is headed. We thought it might be headed to the house, but once we looked at that other property line clean out and saw a second T, maybe that's this one is headed. So this could be utilized for the laundry drain. So we're going to go ahead and look down the line over there and see if we see the other camera there. Okay, that is in fact where it's running. So the water we're seeing is from the house, but it's not under the house. It is over in by the property line clean out that we showed on the side yard. So we're going to go ahead and pull this camera back to the corner of the house so we can mark it, and that's where the laundry could then dump into this, try to get it somewhat more up to code for the laundry. So this other plug line must be some type of access point that we went through for, again, snaking back into part of that line, but they have some weird turns on it for sure, or capped off end. So it's not a problem. We're going to go ahead and pause and pull this back. Okay, so we moved into the first camera here that we started with, which is the kitchen line, which we showed you when we went through the main sewer from the roof. It was hanging in the pipe. So there's the turn right there. We're back inside the 2-inch line curve right there, and you can see that the 2-inch cast iron is nice and open, completely free of debris and full bore. So we've got this line all snaked and bored out with some of our drill bit tools and chain knocker tools, and now we're coming back up and out. We'll wipe off our camera here. We're now so you can see now this 2-inch pipe here that's in the wall that's eventually going to go to the kitchen sink here is now full bore wide open. So we've corrected everything here. So this one is all good to go. We're going to go ahead and connect the pipes proper. They had the kitchen drain going off this vent this high. Needs to be 12 to 14 inches off the ground. The vent needs to come over the top. So we're going to repipe this the right way, because whoever was starting to pipe it had it completely done the wrong way. So that's everything now for the sewer system here. We have also in the backyard again all the paint markings and flags denoting the path of all the pipes, where the laundry can be rerouted to, and where the 2 small root intrusions are, but those don't need anything to be dug up right now. So that concludes the recording for this property.